Good evening students. Today we have to solve some problems on load current. Before this class we have studied the derivation of no load current, that is calculation of magnetizing current per phase and calculation of load component of no load current. Later on, by using these two currents, it may be possible to calculate no load current. No load current equal to under square root of Im square plus IL square. So problem number 1, it is very simple problem. See there, 75 kilowatt is given, rating of machine 3300 volts is given, number of poles are given, and one relation is given. So that is relation between magnetizing current and full load current. So magnetizing current is 35% of full load current. So calculate the number of stator turns. It is very simple problem. So we have to go for calculation of full load current by given data. So full load current equal to kilowatt divided by root 3 times of 3300 line voltage is taken into power factor into efficiency. So I am going to get 17.9 as the full load current. So this is the full load current. Then second relation is given directly. Amount of magnetizing current is 35% of full load current. Hence multiply by 0.35 of full load current, we are going to get as 6.26 ampere. After that, go for magnetizing current. By using the expression magnetizing current Im equal to 0.427 times of number of poles into 80/60 divided by kWs and Ts. So 80/60 it is given directly in the problem. So MMF required for flux density at 30 degree from pole axis. So 30 degree from pole axis and 60 degree from interpolar axis, both meaning are same. Sometimes they may give like this. Okay, so you have to take 60 degree from interpolar axis. So substitute all the values. Whatever answer you are getting, that is stator turns. So stator turns equal to 288. Problem number 2, a 15 kilowatt 400 volts 3-phase 6-pole induction motor has a diameter of 0.3 meter and length of core is given. The number of stator slots is 72 with 20 conductors per slot. All details are given. One important relation: assume the MMF required for the iron parts to be 35% of air gap MMF. Okay, so already we know that total MMF equal to 5 parts, that is air gap, stator teeth, stator core, rotor teeth, rotor core. So you write down all the details in symbolic manner. What are the given data? So just we begin this problem with calculation of distribution factor. So KD equal to sine 60 by 2 Q. Already you are knowing what is the small q, number of slots per pole per phase. Q into sine 60 divided by 2 again Q. So Q you calculate, number of slots per pole per phase, we are going to get as 4. You substitute all the values. So distribution factor we are going to get around 0.958. Then one more data is given. Slots per pole, coil span is given. Coil span is 11 slots. So we have to calculate slots per pole. So slots per pole equal to 72 slots divided by 6 poles. We are going to get as 12. Therefore winding is chorded. We are knowing actual slot pole, it is of pole pitch. So Coil span is 11 slots, hence it is shortage or chorded by one slot. If you are using 12 slots, it is referred as full pitch winding. Now it is using 11 slots, hence it is short pitch winding shorted by one slot. That we can tell in similar way, winding is chorded by one slot. Hence the angle of chording equal to chorded slot. How many slots it is chorded? 1 divided by total number of slots per pole, that is 12 into 180 degree. We are going to get the angle alpha equal to 15 degree. Once the alpha comes, go for the calculation of pitch factor. Pitch factor Kp equal to cos alpha by 2. You determine pitch factor. Then it is possible to determine stator winding factor. Stator winding factor KWS equal to pitch factor into distribution factor. Then total number of stator conductors, stator slots into conductors per slot. So this data is available. We substitute, we are going to get 1440. Once you are getting the stator conductors, then you determine stator turns per phase, TS, that is total number of conductors divided by 6. So we are going to get this value as 240. Then observe which type of winding is given, which type of stator winding. So machine is connected in delta, hence we have to take line value and phase value, both are same. So the given value is line value, it is 400 volts, or EP also equal to 400 volts. Then flux per pole, by using EP expression, calculate flux per pole, EP equal to 4.44 F phi m into TP. By using this equation, EP equal to 4.44 F phi TP into KWS. So you have to substitute the values. KWS is stator winding factor, TP is stator turns, F is frequency. Substitute all the values. Then you are going to get as 7.9 into 10 to the power of minus 3. After that, you determine area per pole. Area per pole is given by pi dl by P. Substitute values, you are going to get area value. So your main direction is calculate the average flux density in the gap. Once you are knowing the flux, once you are knowing the area, then you go for B average. B average equal to flux per pole divided by area per pole. So we are going to get this value as 0.418 Webers per meter square. This is the flux density in the gap. So you convert this flux density to the 60 degree from internal axis. So you can go for BG60 equal to 1.36 into B average. Convert that. So we are going to get 0.57 Webers per meter square. Therefore, MMF required for air gap, by using general expression, 800,000 BG60 LG into kg. Kg is gap contraction factor, LG is length of air gap, BG60 flux density at 60 degree from interpolar axis. Therefore, you calculate MMF for iron parts. MMF for iron parts. How much given? This is 35% of MMF of air gap. So we are going to get this value as 105 angstrom. What is the total MMF? 80/60. It is equal to 5 parts. MMF of air gap, MMF of stator teeth, MMF of stator core, MMF of rotor teeth, MMF of rotor core. It is general expression. Now in this problem, MMF of air gap is given, MMF of iron parts is given. So MMF of iron parts means all four. It includes all four, sir. Remember that. MMF of iron parts means MMF of stator teeth, stator core, rotor teeth, rotor core. All belongs to iron parts, sir. Hence, total MMF equal to these two, 406 angstrom. Once you are knowing the total MMF at 60 degree from interpolar axis, go for magnetizing current by using expression 0.427 P times 8060 divided by kWs into Ts. What is the value you are going to get? 4.56 ampere. This problem was asked number of times in VTU question paper. Problem number 3. Sometimes this problem also appeared in VTU examination for 14 marks. It is belongs to derivation steps. Same thing. You write down all the given datas. This problem is also taken from Sahani. Previous is also Sahani. 3 problems are there. All 3 are good practice. So you write down the details and try to plot the graph B versus AT, flux density versus MMF per meter. X-axis you take flux density, AT you can take y-axis. You take the suitable scale. This is very important because we have to use AT value from respective flux density. So as per the previous problem, same thing, go for slots per pole per phase, slots per pole per phase, Q value. 72 stator slots, then number of poles 6, this value we are going to get 4. Second, distribution factor KD equal to sin 60 by 2 into Q, sin 60 divided by 2 into Q, Q equal to 4. You substitute Q value, calculate distribution factor. Because as compared to previous problem, coil span is given in previous problem. Now there is no such data is available. Hence we have to assume full pitch winding. Hence for full pitch winding Kp equal to 1. Finally you calculate stator winding factor kWs. So total number of stator conductors equal to total number of stator slots into conductors per slot. You determine 72 into 8. This value we are going to get around 576. So after this, go for calculation of stator turns per phase. That should be equal to total conductors divided by 6. This value you are going to get around 96. Then you observe the stator winding connection. It is star connected. Hence phase voltage is line voltage divided by root 3. You are going to get around 254 volts. Then by using the usual formula of ES or EP, go for flux per pole. Go for flux per pole calculation. We are going to get around 12.4 into 10 to the power of minus 3 Webers. As per the old story, you can go for area per pole, pi dl by P, where D is the diameter in meter, L is the length of stator core in meter. So we are going to get that value 31.4 into 10 to the power of minus 3 meter square. Already you are knowing the flux value, already you are knowing the area, then average flux density per pole or in air gap. So it should be equal to flux value divided by area. So this value we are going to get around 0.395 Webers per meter square. After this, you convert the flux density value to 60 degree from interpolar axis BG60. That you can multiply by 1.36 time of B average. So this value we are going to get around 0.537 Webers per meter square. So next you go for MMF for air gap 800,000 BG60 LG kg. You substitute all the values, then we are going to get around 387 angstrom. Net iron length Li equal to Ki into L. Ki is another constant. This value you can take 0.9. L is given. Calculate 0.135 meters. Then flux density in stator teeth at 1/3 height. So already we are knowing BTS 1/3 equal to 5m divided by SS by P into Li into WTS 1/3. What is the WTS 1/3? Width of stator teeth at 1/3 height from narrow end. This value is given. It is 7 mm. 7 mm is given. Convert into meters. So substitute all the values. Only care you should take WTS. It is given in 7 mm. Convert into meters. So BTS 1/3 we are going to get as 1.1 Webers per meter square. So you convert again 60 degree from interpolar axis. BTS 60 1.36 into 1.11 1.5 Webers per meter square. Corresponding to this flux density from the graph, MMF per meter of stator teeth, that is around 1000 angstrom. 1000 angstrom. This value we have to collect from graph. We have to plot the graph from respective flux density. From that graph you collect the value of MMF per meter. Since once you are knowing this value, then it is very easy. MMF required for stator teeth, that should be equal to 80 TS into DSS. 80 TS means MMF per meter of stator teeth into depth of stator slot. DSS means depth of stator slot. Depth of stator slot, depth of stator teeth, both are same. Hence again this value is in mm, take into meters, multiply 30 angstrom. In similar fashion, flux density in rotor teeth at 1/3 height. So BTR 1/3 equal to rotor side formula you can use 5m divided by SR divided by P into Li into WTR by WTR at 1/3. That is width of rotor teeth at 1/3 height. Again this value is also given. Width of rotor teeth at 1/3 height. It is given in problem. It is 10.5 mm. Only thing you convert to meters. You substitute the value, we are going to get this value as 1.07 Webers per meter square. Finally you convert to 60 degree from interpolar axis. So BTR 60 multiply by 1.36. We are going to get as 1.46 Webers per meter square. Then corresponding to this flux density from BAT curve, 80 TR is 700 angstrom. Therefore, MMF required for rotor teeth equal to 80 TR into DSR. DSR is depth of rotor slot. Again you take into meters. So we are going to get 11 angstrom. So flux stator in the core, that is flux per pole value should be taken 50% of flux available in stator core. What is the phi m flux per pole is available? 50% of that flux is available in stator core. That is 5/2. That value you are getting to get 6.2 into 10 to the power of -3 Webers. Area of stator core equal to DCS into Li. DCS is depth of stator core. So you substitute the value, calculate. Then flux density in stator core, that should be flux divided by area. Then this value we are going to get 0.7 Webers per meter square. The same flux density is obtained in rotor core also because flux and area remain same. Then corresponding to this flux density from the BAT curve, mmf per meter value is 120 angstrom. 120 angstrom. So length of flux path in stator core per pole, so that is 0.26 divided by 2, 0.13 meter. Length of flux path in rotor core per pole, 0.16 divided by 2, 0.08 meters. So finally we have to calculate mmf of stator plus mmf in rotor core. You have to taken common here. So 120 is common for both ATTR value. Then LCS and LCR, length of stator core, length of rotor core. So that value you substitute, we are going to get as 25 angstrom. This value is including both stator core, rotor core. Then finally you have to calculate total mmf at 60 degree from interpolar axis. AT60 equal to ATG, ATTS, ATTR plus ATCS, ATCR. mmf of gap, mmf of stator teeth, mmf of rotor teeth, mmf for stator core, mmf for rotor core. Go on substituting all the values. But 25 is common for both ATCS plus ATCR. So we are going to get 453 angstrom. Once you are getting the AT60, your work is over. Then substitute in standard equation for magnetizing current for phase equal to 0.427 into P into AT60 divided by kWs into Ts. Substitute all the values. We are going to get as 12.7 ampere. So this problem is also very important, sir. All three problems are standard. Hence, I kindly request all of you, you write down these three problems, fresh notes and derivation of previous video. I sent already PPT also in your Google Classroom. You write down all these things. I will send the notes also, no problem. But you have to practice. Okay. Thank you, sir, to one and all.